We do have two of the new 2019 Rams here. We've got the Bighorn here, and then we have a Limited. This was something that I discovered recently. It's kind of interesting. The designers, they're always looking for inspiration, and for there's like 6 different Ram models, and they used hammers. Like our tradesman is sort of the truck that maybe somebody who works construction would get a tradesman, and they use a sledgehammer was like one of the things they use for inspiration there, and it kind of like the idea of what happens when you beat things with the sledgehammer, and you can see things like that in the interior. This one, which is more upscale than the tradesman, they had pulled out this hammer that was beautiful. Like I didn't know hammers could be that pretty, so that they had this whole slew of all these different hammers, and they took the design piece from that, so it was pretty interesting. So this is all new from the ground up. Probably on the 10-year scale. We haven't done one of these. It's all new in that long. The big thing here, there's a lot of big things, but we really worked hard to make this stronger, more durable, and more lightweight. So there's a lot of use of lightweight steel, and so the chassis or the frame is 98% high-strength steel. The hood and the tailgate are aluminum. In Detroit, they had a display with the different types of steel that you could have on a vehicle. And the thing that really struck me was, you tend to think of steel as being heavy, but they had each type of steel, and you picked it up, and each time you went up to the different grades, it was so light. It really surprised me. So we ended up taking 225 pounds of weight out of this vehicle. So that was that was a big thing. Again, for better fuel efficiency, which is what we're all trying to go for, make them more fuel efficient. Engines on this one, you have the 3.6 liter V6, and we also have the V8. This comes with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It also has our e-torque technology, so mild hybrid, the regenerative braking, the stop-start, that sort of thing, available in this model as well. Another way to make it more fuel efficient. The front of it is still got that Ram bold styling, but you don't really see the crosshair grille. You do see it on some of the other models. So we tried to keep that bold styling. And again, when I was telling you, there's like all these sensors on vehicles now, and the Ram guys really worked hard to kind of make them fit in so that you didn't really notice them. I think when we first started putting sensors on vehicles as an industry, you really noticed them. So this is kind of, they really paid attention to the design, and the new headlights are new as well. LEDs, everything's LED, which is great in terms of the looks, and as well as being able to see the deer, especially around Pennsylvania. The deer are trying to jump out in front of you all the time. Moving back here, turn this on. I love that. So, did you see it? I was going to do that thing that Volkswagen did with the kid when he took the lights on in the car. So, when you open the door, I love how your step comes out. And then when you close the door, like 5 seconds later, it goes back in. So it makes it easy to get in. Inside, oh my gosh, it just boggles my mind. There's so much going on in here. I'm gonna have to pee. This has a 12-inch touchscreen. And I've got it set for navigation. It's gonna beep. Oh. Well, if you don't mind the beeping. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do... being inside, it's a pain in the butt because there's all kinds of stuff going on in this building. Normally you drive your car outside, hopefully, so... But look at the size of this the navigation. It's pretty incredible. So you can also split the screen so that if you want to have the nav up here, you can have all your radio controls here. And it just depends on what you like when you're driving down the road. For me, I'm always going back and forth between the nav and the radio. want to switch my station, so now you can make it so that it's just easier to see both. There's also redundant controls, which I think is really important when you're driving. You want to be able to just kind of reach over and hit the knobs and know that they're there. They're easy to find. It also has, it's kind of like your iPad now. You can, whatever, like right now we have certain apps that are open down on the bottom of this screen, but if you don't like those aren't the ones you use. You can just click and drag them down to whichever ones you like the most. You can also, like this will, let's see, my apps. I think you can swipe too. Ah, okay. Stop. So, also, it now has the surround view camera. Let's just in here, my nav. So, I think that a lot of cars have the surround view cameras now, but many of the other trucks do. This one does have the surround view, which I think is really important with the truck because of the large size of the vehicle. You need to be able to see, and you're up higher. So, that's a big thing. Oh, one other thing about in here, this center console, this is like origami for center consoles. It's got so many different ways you can configure it. So they used a lot of wood along with leather in this vehicle, and you can actually see the grain of the wood in the steering wheel, as well as over here on all these little cubby holes. There's a charger for your iPhone that is, or what, maybe not just your iPhone, any phone, that's built right into the vehicle. It sits right here. Everything moves and slides. There's like all kinds of USBs in here. There's actually even a CD player, which you really don't find, but we found that our truck customers, still like a CD player, so they put that in here. There's a little hidden storage underneath. It has a fill line, so if you want to move this back and forth, you know that you can only put something in there to a certain height. And on the back of this, it's got a ruler, so if you want to measure things, it's got a protractor on it, different things that you might use if you were doing a construction job or whatever. So...
Is the phone charger, is it an induction?